Okay, class, we're gonna do some math today. What's 5 plus 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 1 plus 2? Come in. What are you?
Aaron? What's up, my friends, and welcome to another beautiful day today. Today, we are gonna talk about what I am. My name's Aaron, and I'm half Filipino, and I am half Caucasian, AKA white. This was a very true story, and it's something that still happens today. But when this happened, I had just moved to North Carolina from Kentucky, and she was legitly like the first adult I had met outside of my family. If you guys don't know me, I'm like one of those guys who like acts like he's outgoing, but on the inside I'm like, I'm nervous and scared. The point is that I cut this part out, and I actually tried acting it out, but I kept laughing for some reason, because now thinking about it, I shouldn't have did it, but I cried. Like, I legit like cried, because like it goes on after that. She's like, how do you not know what you are? And I was like, I'm Aaron. And for some reason the question didn't hit me correctly. That's just, I was a kid, okay? So don't hate on me for being a kid and using crying as my way out for things. That's been like, even now on videos, vlogs, in person, at events, grocery stores. I'm 6'4", 6'3.5", and I'm half Asian and half white. I don't know, like I don't grow body hair at all. Like there's no hair. I mean, like I have armpit hair, but like there's no hair on me anywhere. I can't grow facial hair, so that throws people off. I don't know, a lot of people asked me to make this video too. They were like, what is it like growing up being half Asian and half white, or half Pacific Islander and half white, whichever one you guys want to see it as. Honestly, besides having to deal with other people, it was pretty awesome at home, because my mom, she is very, 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 very Filipino. Like, she is one of the proudest Filipinas I've ever met. She still watches Filipino TV, hardcore Filipino. Every time I go back home to North Carolina, she always has longanisa, or chicken adobo, or pancit, or halo-halo, or oh my gosh, like I could eat it for days. But then you have my dad, who he's super white, super Caucasian. But the best part is that my grandma and my grandpa, his side of the family, fried chicken, baked beans, mashed potatoes. They live in Kentucky still, and they have a ranch, or like a farm, a bunch of land. And we go up there, and I love walking the hills with my grandpa when he was around. And it was just like, it was the best of both worlds. That's how I felt personally at home. But when it came to like hanging out with people at school, especially the end of middle school and the beginning of high school, was an interesting time. I didn't have too many friends. Like I tried hanging out with like people and stuff, but like in the end, it was very cliquey. A lot of like the races hung out with each other, and like you had like a lot of mixed up groups too. But I'd make like one friend who was Caucasian, and he'd introduce me to his Caucasian friends, and they'd be like, what are you? And I was like, oh, I'm half white, but I'm also half Filipino. I'm a halfie. And they're like, oh, okay. And like I legitimately would get these like faces that they just didn't understand the idea of somebody being half Filipino and half white. It was just really interesting, because when I would go hang out with the Asians, or the Filipinos, or like Pacific Islanders, they would be like, what are you? And I was like, I'm half Filipino, but I'm half white. I'm a mix. And I would get the same thing from them. I will say that they were more accepting of it. It was just an interesting time. Is that growing up, me, my family, my parents, we hung out with like, race was never an issue for us at all. I feel like throughout my entire life, I've had best friends of every race, and I've never questioned if like, oh, what are you? Or what ethnicity are you? I've never like really cared too much about it, to be honest. I mean, like, if I would go to their parents' house and they'd like give us food and stuff, and they would tell me about their culture. I was very interested in culture and like history and stuff. But when it came to meeting a person, I never really saw a race. I just saw that person. I don't know, it just wasn't the way my parents raised us. The first group of friends, the first group of accepting friends that didn't ask about what I was, and later on they did ask like ethnicity wise and stuff, was when I joined the anime club. Yes, anime was the solution. I feel like it's the solution to a lot of things. And I still love anime today. Like, I love anime, and it's crazy how just loving anime can basically get rid of anything else, and it could just be two anime fans or anime lovers just hanging out and talking. Yeah, that's what it was like for me personally, being half Asian, Filipino, Pacific Islander, and Caucasian white. But I have heard a lot of other rough stories of people who weren't as lucky as me when it came to having very supportive friends and just a supportive family, I guess. And I just want to say I'm sorry. Like, you shouldn't be judged at all. At all. That shouldn't even be like a factor when it comes to meeting someone or making friends. But unfortunately it is. But hopefully sometime in the future that won't be a factor, and instead of people asking what you are, when you say your name, that'll hopefully be good enough. Hopefully. I have faith. I have faith that it'll be like that at one point in the future. But all right, I'm glad I knocked off one of the videos you guys have been asking me to do. If you guys haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Also, please, I'm really curious and I really love hearing people's stories. So let me know in the comment section below if you guys have anything relatable to this. Let's talk in the comments. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys next time. That's it for me. I'm gonna go take Guppy for a walk. Yes, I said it. And I'll see you guys later. Bye. Come on, let's go. Come on, puppy, I know. Thank you for waiting.
A lot of people have been asking me what it was like growing up half Asian, half white.
Yeah.
What was it like for you?
It was, what'd you say?
I feel like we were a lot different though. You were a lot more social. Like, everyone like loved you, right? Like, you never got asked, "What are you?"
Old people liked you.
Yeah.
Old people didn't like me.
They liked you, but I mean, like, as far as like middle school and like school, like, you didn't have like people be like, "What are you?" Or was it just...
Yeah, because we didn't have a lot of Asians in our school, so usually I was the only Asian in the class.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like a few, but like it was usually me and then just a bunch of other people, but mostly one Asian per class. So
did they ever give you like weird looks or anything?
No. Did they give you?
Yeah.
What? Why? Because
they'd be like confused. They'd be like, "What are you?" And I'd be like, "Oh, I'm half Asian, half Filipino, and half white." And like, it just never stuck with people.
They asked me, and they'd be like, "What's you is?" And I'd say, "I'm is your worst nightmare."
Okay.